The sun hit the desert like a hammer the morning. Samuel Hayes realized he was finally broke. His ranch once, full of cattle and life, was now nothing more than dry fences and memories. Debt collectors circled like vultures, and the only thing Samuel still had was his honor and the habit of helping anyone who needed him. One scorching afternoon, while riding through Apache territory for the shortcut to town, he suddenly heard a roar, deep, furious, unmistakably not human. He rushed toward the sound and found a giant Apache woman, tall, powerful, shoulders broad like carved stone, dragging her brother from the edge of a canyon where he had slipped. Her strength was immense, but the angle was impossible. Samuel leapt from his horse and helped pull the man up. The woman, chest heaving, eyes fierce like storm clouds, introduced herself with a voice that rumbled like distant thunder. "I am Kaya, daughter of Chief Taquoma." But before Samuel could speak, armed Apache braves emerged. Kaya wasn't being thanked. She was being taken. For refusing the warlord Nanton, they said. She will be forced to marry him tonight. Samuel froze. The fear in her eyes wasn't fear of death, but fear of losing her freedom. And for reasons he couldn't understand, something in him rose like fire. "This ain't right," he whispered to himself. But when her brother muttered, "No one can save her," Samuel took a deep breath and stepped forward. "No one," Samuel said. "What if I say I'm her betrothed?" The entire tribe gasped. Kaya stared at him like she'd never seen a man so stupid. He had nothing, no cattle, no money, no clan. But he had guts, and in that moment, Samuel Hayes had just challenged the most feared Apache warlord in the region. With nothing but a lie. Samuel didn't expect the chief to agree, but he did. Tradition demanded consideration. He offered Samuel one night to prove his intentions. But Nanton, the warlord, smirked like a wolf ready to eat a lamb. "You fake cowboy," he growled. "Tomorrow, at sunrise, I will challenge you. If you survive, she is yours." Samuel gulped. He had survived many things: hunger, drought, loneliness, but never an Apache war challenge. Kaya confronted him privately. "Why did you do this?" she asked, towering over him like a mountain. "Because no one else would," Samuel said simply. Her expression softened. "You barely know me. That doesn't change right from wrong." For the first time, someone defended her, not for her strength, nor her heritage, but for her freedom. Throughout the night, Samuel trained with wooden sticks, his hands bruised, body trembling. Kaya quietly helped him, correcting his stance, teaching him Apache tactics. Despite her size and power, she moved with grace and intelligence. When dawn came, the tribe gathered. Nanton approached, massive, furious, armed with a spear. Samuel stood with a wooden staff and a heart ready to burst. The fight was brutal. Samuel took hits that would drop a bull, but Kaya's training kept him alive. When Nanton lunged for the kill, Samuel rolled under his strike, swung his staff, and knocked the warlord to the dirt. The tribe gasped. Chief Taquoma declared, "The cowboy has proven himself. He may marry Kaya." Samuel looked at Kaya. Kaya looked at him, and both whispered at the same time, "Wait, what?" They only meant for it to be fake. But now the tribe believed it was destiny. Samuel was invited to stay in the Apache village, and Kaya was ordered to prepare for marriage. Both were mortified but also strangely quiet when alone together. Kaya, despite her giant size and intimidating strength, was shy when it came to emotions. Samuel, though small compared to her, had a courage that made her heartbeat louder than war drums. They discovered shared struggles: loss, expectations, loneliness. They discovered laughter. They discovered warmth. But Nanton wasn't done. He brought mercenaries and threatened to burn the village unless Kaya was turned over. Chief Taquoma offered Samuel a horse to escape. "This is not your fight," he said. Samuel shook his head. "She was worth risking my life once. She's worth it again." Kaya's eyes glowed. "You fool," she whispered, but she said it like a woman falling in love. Together, they planned the defense. The poor rancher and the giant, Apache sister too. People from different worlds stood side by side as enemies surrounded the village. When Nanton attacked, Samuel used strategy: traps, smoke, narrow passages. Kaya used strength, throwing enemies aside like river stones. Together, they defeated the warlord once and for all. The entire tribe cheered. Kaya looked down at Samuel. Samuel looked up at her, and this time, The feelings weren't fake. After the battle, Chief Taquoma declared, "Now you will marry for real." Samuel hesitated, not because he didn't want to, but because he believed Kaya deserved someone stronger, richer, better. "Why would you marry a poor man like me?" he asked. Kaya kneeled, her massive height lowering until they were face to face. "Because no warrior, no chief, no man ever fought for my freedom," she whispered. "Only you." Samuel's heart trembled. He took her hand. She held his like it was the most precious thing in the world. The tribe celebrated for 3 days, and when Samuel and Kaya walked together through the village, side by side, giant and cowboy people smiled because they knew love isn't about size, it isn't about wealth, it's about courage, and Samuel Hayes had more courage than any warrior in the West. As the story ends, the narrator calls out, "Subscribe to Wild West Diaries for more fearless frontier tales. Stories of courage, survival, love, and the legends forgotten by time." Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon, because the West lives on through you.